this thought here for everybody. Why don't, if we have to be rescreened again for something that we make ourselves and we've proven ourselves, why don't we rescreen everybody else to see if when you walk by every canopy or display, you see some people, some artists have half made and half is made in wherever, in any other country. Look at that. We're screened for everybody. And regarding, again, the family unit, there has been some disagreements about we family unit taking spaces. In my case, it's far from the truth. We do not take anybody's space. We pay, right? We pay our fees, right? And like it says, a family unit is when 2 or more people come together making something homemade.
Gabriella, what's yours about the presentation in general?
General.
Okay. And then Drew?
Well, mine might be general too. I mean, it was a nice presentation, and admittedly I missed like the first couple of minutes, but I got the gist of it, and it's, I just kind of wonder, the question in my mind was what the impetus for this was, because these are all kind of things that we've been talking about for the last 25 years, and I don't really see a lot of action ever being done. I mean, if an issue ever comes up and we talk about it with certain individuals, nothing ever comes out of it. There's no action that ever happens. I think that the most important thing that I would bring up is that we need somebody to represent us, and that we're losing our spots, and that is really what's hurting the program the most. That's all I wanted to say.
Was there anyone else for public comment?
Sure.
On this item?
And I'll speak also under item 3. Anyway, I haven't been before this committee before. David Pilpel, I'm a member of the Sunshine Ordinance Task Force, but I'm speaking as an individual, not for the task force. I'll reserve some other comments to item 3 about that. With regard to the report, I saw the highlights online. I didn't see the complete report that was available at the meeting. I'm hoping that you'll put a link to the complete report on the website. I think it's great that you're talking about the future of the program in partial response to the previous comment. I suspect the reason this is being talked about now is, unfortunately, Howard might not be here forever. I know he's getting younger, but I would suspect it's not going to be another 40 years. And I think it's great that you're talking about sort of what works or doesn't work for artists, for the staff, for the commission, aligning with the commission's strategic plan and goals. To the extent that there are problems with the ordinance, it seems to me that if not now, soon should be the time to put it back on the ballot, reinforce the things that work and make sense, change the things that don't, and ultimately give the board the ability to make changes to the ordinance as circumstances change, with the concurrence of the commission, perhaps by a 2/3 vote, in the way that we change some other laws in the city that still preserves what the voters wanted, basically, as the fundamental program, but allows for these types of changes, this idea of markets and branding and some of the things, and how items are tested and reviewed by the Craftsmen and Advisors Committee could be changed over time. In the interim, I think I like the idea of referencing SF Made. I don't know if SF Made has a special category for crafts that are just made by individual artists. I don't know that they do. If not, maybe they could create that and allow the artists in the program to, similar to how you have the Craftsmen and Advisors Committee, be certified as being an SF Made vendor and be allowed to display that as part of your space, so that you can say it's not just something that is like something you can get at a store, the Disney store, but in fact it's made by a local artist, et cetera, et cetera. So I think there are some things that you can make, changes you can make in the interim while still looking to larger changes in the future. I hope those comments are helpful, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
it right this way?
Yeah.
Hello, commissioners. It was a good presentation. I liked it. But it's been pretty much not a big surprise. I mean, we went through this with the civil grand jury. I think you might be a little low on your vendor count. Some people think it's more like 50%. So I know that was a guess, but if you were to remove those people, that's a big chunk of money coming in. Right now, we have a budget, $409,000. It's incredible. That's more than you hit. That's more, I mean, it's a budget that the street artists pay. That's contrary to every other program that the Arts Commission has. The Arts Commission distributes money to all the other programs, but the artists pay the street artists, pay the Arts Commission. It's like it's like Robin Hood in reverse. You're stealing from the poor to give to the rich. This is where the civil grand jury said it is not a good fit. You're going to have to go back to the ballot. That's the only way this is going to be changed. You have to go back to the ballot. You're going to have to go with a nonprofit. We're on this gerbil wheel over and over and over again. You have a problem with family units. You have a problem with vendors. You have problems with meetings. Every other month, a meeting. When this program first started, Warren Garrick had a meeting every week. Every week they had a meeting. They had it agendized. They did minutes. These guys, they were the original street arts, not the Arts Commission. And they had women on the board in 1970. 1970. So it was much different than what it was today. There is no way that you can change one thing and it's going to change the whole program. Unless you go nonprofit. That's the only way it'll work. Thank you.
Was there any other public comment on this item?
Okay, seeing none, I thank you all very much for your input, and we are going to listen. This presentation was just based on information that was gathered from the cohorts that were mentioned. And next is feasibility, and I think you all understand how slowly things move. And so we want to make changes, and we want it to be consistent with what our goals and mandate is as an organization, as a commission. So we want it to move, we want to help fix it, we want your input on how to fix it. We're going to move forward, and the next step is the feasibility of each of these items. Many of them are enforcing what Kate found in her interviews. You're giving us a stronger image of them, and we want that to happen. That's not to say it's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, you have to be on board with us. We're at our hands is tied by the ordinance, as you all identified. So we will move forward. We will keep you in the loop, and you find things, you know things, you let us know as well. And please continue to attend meetings. It's hard to hold meetings more frequently when sometimes there's no one showing up also. So that's part of the story too. Thank you all very much for your involvement and your continued involvement. Okay, and now we're going to move on to discussion, public comments generally.
Okay. The first one, Jeff Potter.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeff Potter, and I'm an artist at Justin Herman Plaza. And this is, in essence, talking about the vendor entrepreneur units that are invading our plaza and creating problems with spaces. I created a petition to limit family units to one space, and I'd like to read this to you. By limiting the number of family unit spaces to one, we hope to accommodate more individual artists, creating a diverse and vibrant market. To make chances at selling spaces fair to individuals and to make the chance of becoming a helper attainable by every artist. I am starting this petition to bring to attention the advantages that family units have over any individual artist. As family units have become larger and larger, seeming mini-marts of multiple selling spaces are formed. Not only does this limit diversity in our market, it can cause an individual artist not to get a space until all members of another family unit have chosen their individual spaces. This is abuse of what was originally designed to be a fair lottery system. They, as family unit members, have proven to the screening committee that they can make only a part of the whole craft they are selling. That means they should share one space only with their entire family unit membership. Furthermore, at lottery, only the first family unit member to come out should have the same chance as all others to either choose a space, hold their ticket for the mini lottery, or go home. All other family members will then become null and void. They can no longer choose another space nor participate in becoming helper the next week. Doing this allows for a fair lottery for all. Now, I presented this to all members of Justin Herman Plaza. I got 95 total signatures. 91 were for, 4 were no or against. I feel this is an important issue and needs to be addressed in terms of family unit members and their ability to gain space. Thank you.
Thank you. Julian?
Hello, everyone. I'm Joanne Fitzsimmons, a street artist at Justin Herman Plaza. If nothing else, we started a lot of discussion down there, which is like the best thing. And I have to say to everybody here, that's what makes me happy. We are all talking. We all have valid points to share. We all want to make our market better. Being the egghead I am, I thought for sure I should sit down and read the blue book from cover to cover, which I did on my day off. Very boring. Many things do not apply to us at all, and it's clearly stated over and over because it is for the downtown units. Unfortunately, where you have left us for 40 years is in a total quandary. Everyone here, either for or against, has such a valid point because we don't know what a family unit is. How many people are in a family unit? What do they have to do? Like, I'm sorry, Dora, you don't know how to hold a file. We see you do everything wrong down there. You've never convinced me you have quality or that you do any part of what someone else is doing for you. Therefore, I do believe in quality. I want to get rid of this cheating. This isn't right, but you folks, I guess it's gonna be you, have to tell us what in daylights a family unit is. I don't know, I could be definitely all wrong. We need to know, because you have not told us. Thank you.
Thank you. Gabriella?
I am Gabriela Aguirre. Actually, I do have a comment about the petition. You guys could please